Okay, so today I'm going to show you how to understand radiation. Believe it or not, some people think radiation is like some kind of voodoo, some kind of magic, kapoof, and they're gone. Well, I'm going to show you something that will open your eyes a little bit, and I'm going to teach you a little bit more than what normally people will not be able to teach you. And believe it or not, just simple stuff right here would help you to understand radiation. Now, if you have to look at radiation as a particle, meaning this is a particle. Each of these magnets is a particle. Okay? It's like a grain of sand. That's a particle. Okay? Radiation is a particle. Yes, it's a particle. It's a very, very small nanoparticle. Remember that word, nano. Okay? Now, here's an example of what's going on right now. They can actually measure a coronavirus, which is very small, right? Well, isn't a coronavirus is a particle? Yes. What makes the coronavirus is a particle. Everything is. This sheets right here that I have, all particles make that sheet. Imagine all of those particles makes the sheets right here. Okay? Even you is a particle. All the particles, countless for you for sure, or you and I, would make into the person we are today. So, that's just a little bit. And this video is going to be long because I have to explain a lot of things. I'm going to warn you ahead of time. If you're not in a learning mode, and I say learning mode, no need to watch this video. Okay. Here's how radiation actually works. Radiation, they call electrons. It's actually made up of electrons. And when electron meets together, it fuses. Sort of like a light bulb or a motor. I want to make it simple for you. A motor. One side here is positive and one side here is negative. When you add the electron in, now I'm going to show you right now. I'm going to make our right hand side positive, okay? So I'm going to make a little red. That's our positive. If you add this into here, each of these electrons, you add it in, you keep adding it in, I'll zoom in just a little bit. You see the concept there. Okay? So this is the positive side, and this is the negative side. Once it touches this, each electrons will go into the coil. There's a coil in here. It will go in. It'll fill it up. Positive. This one's negative. Then, where does it go? Well, it continue going to the coil. Same principle here. Okay? Once it gets to here, it touches together. Okay? It touches together like so. Two of them will go in together like that. What happened? It makes what they call a fusion. Sort of like a light bulb. A light bulb would light up. In this case, when that happens, the magnet, there's two magnets on the side here. I wish I had one open. Separate this. Even though when it fused together, it got separated. Now, during the separation, it makes this thing spin. Now remember, we're going really high, okay? Because each one of these move really fast. That's why electron move very fast. When it's separated, where does it go? It create heat. So if you play with this for a long time, the motor will get hot. The reason why for that is that the electron in here meets the magnet. When it meets the magnet, it creates, because each electron is positive and negative. The magnet in here is positive and negative. So they don't like each other. They get separated. And then they go each way. But remember, anytime when you fuse something together, you create an energy. Like here. You see that sound? Even that. When they snap together, like this. You hear that sound? That's actually, that sound, yes, that little sound that you heard, it's actually radio waves. Yes, I'll explain that in another video. I will show you and I will teach you how to understand. You don't actually hear sound. What you're hearing right now is this. Okay? You're hearing the two energy touch each other. Yup. We do not hear sound. Remember that. Okay? We do not hear sound. I'll explain that later. It's the same principle here, but I'll explain it to you why. So now, if I keep feeding here, and this thing keeps spinning, it's going to create less. Because remember, nothing, you cannot gain. That's what this world is, that a lot of people don't understand. Just because I always say this, the day that we eat an apple and we poop out an apple, that's the day that we will get our free energy. Please remember that, okay? So now it's being fused. It created energy. Then the energy would lost and it splits out. But it actually split out less. Because the energy, they call it the energy loss. So let's say you have like 20 of these, but they only come out 4. Because 16 of those is lost during the spinning here. Okay? So you only get a little bit left. That's what called dead radiation or decay radiation. I'll get into that in another video too as well. Now you see how it actually works. Okay? Radiation come out of here, they call it dirty electric. You've heard of that term before. It is not actually dirty electric. It is just the bio waste. Because remember, the heat, when the two electrons comes together, they don't like each other. So they fuse because you're forcing them to fuse. When you add the electron into here, into these lines. Let's say this is your electrical line. You keep going on each one of those. Negative here and positive here. They don't like each other, but you are forcing them to go somewhere. Sort of like people. Imagine these were people. These are positive people and these are negative people, and you're forcing them to go into here. They don't like to go into here, but they have no choice, because that's how electron works. It goes somewhere, sort of like this here, sort of like this piece here. That's why I have this here. When it goes in together, it makes a fuse. It makes an energy. But because of that, it goes into a coil. And then the magnet forces out. The magnet is what helping us to spin. So the magnet would yank it out. And the magnet would yank these out. Force them to get out. Understand? So the more, what if the magnet is not in here? Well, then that coil will get hot. But by spinning the coil, because they made this into a coil, this coil will spin. Because of the magnet in here, it's able to split again. So you are actually using two people to come in here. The people will come in here. They get trapped inside here. The magnet forces them out. But during that time, there's energy loss. So 10 people comes in here. Only 4 people, or maybe even 2, comes out. Understand? So let's do 2. Will be better. So 10 people would go in. Only 2 loss comes out. Because that energy, you have to remember, no energy is actually 100%. No radiation is 100%. During that time, it actually creates dead, they call it, dirty electric. But it's actually waste. So you put 10 people in here, you have 2 people wasted. Because there's always a loss somewhere. Okay, please remember that. Or else we would have free devices everywhere. That's another subject there, but let's stay with here. Now you see, we created radiation, or dirty electric, or dead electric particles. That's what they call decay. Okay, so now let's say we made a lot. Where does it go? Well, I will be the first person in human history to tell you. The earth actually steals it. Yes, the earth actually absorbed these. But before that, and this is what this video is about. Before that, it will attract to anything that is metal. In this case, I have a piece of metal here. So let's say you turn a big motor here. The electron is all over in the air. Guess what? When it finds metal, it'll fill it up. So now, it's filling up metals. Any type of metals, it will attract to the metals. That's what dirty electric does. And electron does. Dirty electrons and dirt, because it's been fused, it has an energy loss. So it's actually less. But it will still find metal to attract to. So now we got tons of dirty electric attracting to this metal. Now here's our problem. Here's another problem that lays, and a lot of people do not understand. They think that because you fuse this and this thing spins around, there's nothing coming out of it. Wrong. Remember, There's always a loss somewhere. Electrons don't just die. They don't die. They decay. Okay, please remember that. So now, all these dirty electrons, they're all over the place. They have to find somewhere. They're in the air. So they're flying all over the place. They found a piece of metal. They say, I'm going to attach myself, because that's what it does. That's what electrons do. Now, once this thing is filled up, what will happen? There's a lot of dirty electron trapped into here, believe it or not. You can actually rub a magnet here enough. You would be able to make these electrons escape again. Just like here. Just like we did here. That's what they did. They forced the electron in here. The magnet forced the electron to escape. And that's how they're able to spin this. But during that time, it created dirty electric, they call it. But it's actually dirty radiation or radiation. And that's why it gets hot. Any type of heat or anything, you always know this. This words always come up, radiation. So here we are, all of these. And I will demonstrate another thing for you. A perfect example, and it's very easy to understand. I have a piece of paper here. And this is what I called, nothing in this lifetime disappeared, including you. Let's say you are living. Now you are dead. I'm going to light you up. You're going to burn. And what happened when you're done? Well, I don't want to burn too much, but what happened when you're done? What are you leaving behind? Ashes. Even when I try to burn you, you still end up having that ashes. Because nothing dies, including you, just like I said. So, here it is. Now we're dealing with dead radiation, or decay radiation would be the right term. Decay. It attaches everywhere. It will go everywhere. What if I tell you? What if I tell you? What if I tell you? When in the air, you are actually sniffing it. Yup. So you are actually taking the radiation in to your body. Cell phones, cell towers, everything to do with electric end up this way. What if I tell you, you are actually sniffing these into your body? Because water, dirty electron likes water. You're sniffing it. It actually goes inside your body. That's another subject later. I will teach you. But this video, it's about dirty electric or decay electrons or dead electrons. And here it is. What would you do to that? They cannot escape. It takes them a long time for them to disappear. Yes, because human cannot measure them. They think it's just gone, but no. Just like the principle here. Even when I burn you, and you escape, and you went into smoke, smoke is a particle too. And look what happened. You became decay. You became ashes. I burnt you. You saw smoke. You saw light. You saw that energy comes out. But you still end up to be ashes. Just like when people get cremated. Get it? Even when you're dead, you still left pieces behind. So guess what? Electrons the same way. So what if you are ashes right here, and what if someone comes over and sniff it? What happened? They sniff your ashes. They took your electrons, or dirty electrons, or decay electrons. So imagine how many cell phones are there? How many of these dirty electrons in the air right now? That's the easiest way to understand electrons. And yes, they'll stay just like that until the day the earth actually absorbs it. And it takes a while for the earth to absorb it. It will go into our water. It will attach to any metals. It will attach to us. It will come to us. It will stays in the air. It will attach to trees. It will get to anything that have water in it, because electron likes water. And that's another concept right there. And it can be proven easily. You step yourself in a puddle and you put electric right there, you get electrocuted really fast. There's your proof right there. It has to grab something. That's why electron works so well. It's because it has to go somewhere. Electron just doesn't go and stay and say, hey, I'm here. Don't come to me. Or, oh no, don't use me. I want to be by myself. That's not how electron works. Electron likes to attach to something. That's how a battery works. I'll show you right up here too. There's a link. I'll link it right up here. It's a battery. How battery works. The same principle. Everything in this lifetime is the same principle. Well, electrons, this works the same way. But here's the thing. During that time, it's called fusion. And then after that, it's called energy loss. And then after that, it creates dirty electric. They call it a very famous name, dirty electric, or decay. Electron decays. And some of them is lost too. So remember how I said there's 10 people coming in, there's 2 coming out. Because there's always a loss somewhere. But during that time, there's radiation emitting as well. If you have leave this motor spin for a long time, you will feel really hot. If you turn up really high, the voltage really high, more than what this thing can handle, it gets hot even faster. And it might burn out. And you heard of this before. Oh, my motor burned out, blah, blah, blah. It's because it works more than it's supposed to. Because you're forcing it too fast. And that's how, let's say this is a 3-volt rating, okay? And you put a 12-volt in here. It'll work for a little bit and then it'll burn out. Because it cannot handle all the electron being forced at the same time. So let's say it can only handle 10 people. You are forcing 20 people into here rather than 10. What happened? The room get too much and electron don't like each other. Believe it or not, they do not like each other. They like positive and negative like each other. But negative and negative, they don't like each other. And positive don't like each other. But when you put positive and negative together, this is positive and this is negative because we went to our right hand side. Positive and negative, they come together and what happened? Pew! They fuse. Well, it does the same thing here. But after fusing, what happened? It splits apart. It splits apart. And guess what they call? Decay. And that's what these are. And that's what they call dirty electric, or dirty radiation, or in this case, people don't think it exists. Yes, it does. I just show you the principle of it, and that's how it exists. Dirty electrons and dirty electricity exist, and I just show it to you. And I show you further. What if you take these and you're going around, because they're all over the place. They're all over the place right now. And you sniff them into your body. What happened? Your body doesn't know what to do with it. And that's how it harms your body. I'll go to that into another subject later. Okay? But I just want to concentrate this video. I just want to concentrate on dirty electric or dirty electrons, or how electron actually works. Positive and negative electrons. And then after that, if you release them, they'll leave. But if you put them together, they'll fuse. Sort of like how you put this here. And that's how it works. Okay? So now you can see a bunch of them all over the place. We can't use these, remember. Now we can't use them. They're too small to be used. So now they're just laying all over the place. And yes, you're probably sniffing them right now watching this video and you don't even know it. You're sniffing dirty electron right now. By watching this video and you don't even know it. Anyway, I hope that this is educational. And I will continue on to the next video. Okay? Other than that, I will see you in the next video. Okay?